It took me 6 years to create a 10K month in my business. And then it took me 2 more years to recreate it. But the good news is I discovered a pattern that was not only blocking my 10K months, but it was blocking every one of my deliberate manifestations. In fact, the same pattern was blocking every one of my clients' manifestations as well. And because of this, I actually created a manifestation checkpoint map that allows you to see exactly where you're blocking your manifestation. And then it actually tells you exactly what you need to do in order to unblock it and then move on to the next checkpoint. And on today's video, I want to give you that checklist. I actually provide this to each of my clients and it's invaluable for them. It'll help you see exactly where you are on your road to your manifestation coming to fruition. And that's incredibly helpful for people. So let me know if this sounds familiar, because the pattern is this. You have a desire, right? I want XYZ. And that could be more money, a more successful business, a better health, better relationship, whatever it is for you, okay? You have a desire. And then the next step is I know I can have it, right? It's like the level of possibility for you to have that desire. And then it goes on to I know I deserve this. And it's like your self-worth checkpoint. But then it moves on down the line to where is it? It's taking too long. How do I get it? It all comes down to the lack of proof. This is where most people get stuck, myself included, and most of my clients included as well. The lack of evidence of the creation of your manifestation or desire is where most people give up. They don't see that they're actually creating anything, and so they give up on it. They start thinking thoughts like, it's not here yet. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Or maybe it's just not meant to be, or it's the wrong timing or something like that. But as soon as you give up on your desire and your manifestation, you reset and then you lost all your momentum on it. So on today's video, I aim to give you the actual tool that will help you identify where your block is and exactly what you need to do to overcome it. You just got to put your email address in and you can download that checklist for yourself immediately. And if you do happen to pick it up, just throw a like on this video and then let me know in the comments how it helped you. I'd love to hear that. And so I like to liken the manifestation process to working out in a gym. Most people will go into a gym, they'll put their reps in, and then what do? We look in the mirror to see immediate progress, right? But we know innately that when you go to work out, you're not necessarily going to see immediate results, right? You might see like kind of an immediate pump, but then you kind of go back down to your default state. And it's not until like a few weeks in until you actually start to notice a difference in your body in the mirror, right? And so there's this lag that's occurring from the moment you do the reps to when your body actually transforms your body, where you can't actually see those results in the mirror until it fully processes, right? I also like to use the garden analogy, right? You plant seeds into a garden, into fertile soil, and then you water those seeds. And so even though you can't see the results of those seeds growing yet, you still water them, right? You don't just dig them up because that'll interrupt the process, right? So the idea here is we need to be able to just continue watering the seeds even when we don't see the growth or progress quite yet, or the evidence of our manifestation coming in quite yet, because it actually follows this roadmap. And it's actually the last part of that checkpoint map that I have that actually shows you the 5 stages that proof follows as you progress on your manifestation journey here. And it's just that most people are unaware of these stages. And so I'm actually going to share them with you on today's video. But if you download that checklist, it goes into great detail on this whole thing, actually. So stage 1 is internal proof, where you start looking at it differently and feeling differently about it. And stage 2 is reaction proof. And this is essentially where you catch the old pattern or old reaction you would do, and then you interrupt it a lot faster, a lot sooner. So those are the first 2 stages. The third one is behavioral or identity proof. And this is where you make a new decision or a better decision, or you show up differently among your desire or among your manifestation. And this could be even as far as you're thinking totally differently about it now from your next level of identity. Because every major shift in result in your life is going to be preceded by a major shift in identity first, not after. It's got to happen before. So it always goes back to that have, do, be mentality, where like most people are like, I want to have the result first, and then I can do and take the actions, and then I'll be the person who can have the thing. But that's the exact opposite of how it works. You have to become the version of yourself first, which is why I always talk about shifting your identity. But you have to shift who you are being on a regular basis for a period of time before you take the right actions that create the habits that actually create the result. So you got to be, do, and then have as a result of that. But then if you keep stepping through these stages, the fourth stage is environmental proof. This is where ideas, opportunities, conversations start to increase in your life and in your business. And it's starting to become more aligned with that higher version of yourself, with the version of you who is creating this new result. And so you're going to notice an uptick in this area next. And then the final one, the fifth stage, is outcome proof. This is where your desire becomes visible and undeniably noticeable in your life's experience. Like, in other words, someone just actually signed up as a client, or you signed the paperwork or made the deal with a new opportunity that just came in, let's say. And it's like the final check, and then you have what it is you desire type of thing, right? But what happens for most people is they dismiss stages 1 through 4. And let me know in the comments below if this is resonating, because this is what I was doing for years. This took me years to truly understand and really identify for myself. And because of my IT background, I actually worked as an IT professional for nearly 20 years before becoming a coach. And I have a very analytical brain. And so I actually like to apply that to my coaching now. And I like to see exactly like what's happening, what's creating change for people. And I really analyze this and help kind of spell it out for people. And this is exactly what this manifestation checkpoint map is it's like this analysis or algorithm you could follow actually to see where you are blocking your manifestations. And then you simply just correct that area or that checkpoint and move on to the next, and then correct that until you step all the way through, all the way to these proof stage gates. And then before you know it, your manifestation unfolds into your reality. And let me tell you, I've recreated this dozens of times for myself and hundreds of times for my clients. And every manifestation follows the same exact process. So when you really understand this and you use this as a guide, all excuses go away and you are going to create the outcome actually. So the main idea I want you to understand is that the first proof of manifestation isn't the actual manifestation. The world doesn't shift as soon as you start taking action towards your goal, dream, or desire. The very first shift is how you feel and how you're thinking about your goal, dream, or desire. That's got to shift before anything else actually starts to shift and it starts to come into your reality here. But the cycle truly changes when the old trigger shows up and you react totally differently to it. You respond from your higher level of identity, and then that new action and that new response is what's actually going to contribute to a new result in relation to your goal, dream, or desire. So really, this is like an actionable roadmap to shifting your identity, quite honestly, because that has to happen before you're able to not only achieve that next level, but sustain it as well, right? So let's just say you do a few elements of this, but you don't do all the work and really start to embody that next level version of yourself, then you might create that outcome in your life, but then it goes away. Like that's what happened with me with my 10K month. But in order to create and sustain what it is you want to manifest, you have to follow this process of have a clear desire, know that it's possible for you, know that you deserve it, have enough faith and commitment that you, regardless of your current circumstances or results, that you're still going to show up as that version of yourself. And then the last real step is commitment and loyalty to that upgraded version of yourself. And so I hope this whole thing makes sense. I wanted to give you just like a very actionable, very valuable video here that will really help you just up level your manifestations, help bring them in faster, more effectively than ever before. Really, I'm like dedicating my life to helping people just speed up the process of upgrading their life as quickly as possible, because every moment you're stuck or struggling or remaining in survival is a wasted moment. So you should be living your life all out, and you should be going after your goals, dreams, and desires with no hesitation, unapologetically. And then not only that, but achieving it and sustaining it, and then keep going, go to your next level after that. Listen, I hope this serves you amazingly well. Please let me know in the comments how this does help you. I'm trying to gather like more testimonials and reviews and like feedback. And so if you're new to me in Mind Body Evolution, I'm Coach Tony. I'm the founder and CEO of Mind Body Evolution. And we really just cut through all the noise and fluff to help you manifest and level up in the most practical and grounded way possible. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.